Hey, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon. Welcome to Kids Stay Home.
Who's been cooking during circuit breaker? Meet Claire, Joshua, and Jacob, who have been cooking up a storm and coming up with their signature dishes like mushroom egg rolls, happy bagels, endless seafood pasta. We certainly hope to see more children stepping into the kitchen and creating your own special recipes. Kids Stay Home wishes you a very happy return to school and stay safe. Let's return to our scheduled program.
On my 21st birthday, my best friend Joey Fleo Shushu gave me a no bake Oreo cheesecake. And then as I was looking through old photos, I realized that I actually bought for her an Oreo cheesecake too. So it is safe to say that a lot of people will enjoy an Oreo cheesecake. Since it's Mother's Day and coincidentally it's also my mother's birthday, I thought, why not we make an Oreo cheesecake? In this episode, I'll be sharing with you a no-bake Oreo cheesecake recipe. Not so fast, okay? Before we start cooking, it's important that we wash our hands. It is important to keep our hands clean before, during, and after cooking. How about we turn the music up in here? Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that our hands are clean, it's time to get started on that no-bake Oreo cheesecake! There are 3 parts to this recipe. Part 1, base. Part 2, filling. Part 3, decor. Part 1, base. The ingredients you need are 3/4 packet of crushed Oreos, remove the fillings and keep it aside, and also 1 cup of melted butter, which I've microwaved. We are going to add the melted butter into the crushed Oreos gradually. The reason for adding the butter gradually is because we don't want the Oreo to clump up. Now I like my base to be very buttery, so I will add the entire cup of melted butter. Mix the butter and the crushed Oreos well and then set it aside. Next, we are going to take the container to hold our cheesecake together. This step is optional, but I prefer to put a parchment paper underneath my Oreo cheesecake because it will be easier to wash later on. Now that I've cut my papers into shape, I am going to throw away all the other excess papers. Remember, it's always important to keep our kitchen counters clean. Next, I'm going to bring back the mixture just now and line it up into my container. The thickness of the base is entirely up to you. Once you have put your desired amount, lightly tap on the base to smoothen it out. Once done, freeze it in the refrigerator for about an hour or 2. Part 2, filling. You will need half a packet of semi-crushed Oreos, fillings from part 1, half a lemon, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 cup of cream cheese, 1 cup of whipping cream, 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence, and 1 tablespoon of gelatin. First, we are going to dissolve the gelatin with some warm water. Now, do not put a lot of water, just enough to dissolve the entire tablespoon of gelatin. Once done, keep it aside. Next, in a mixing bowl, add your cream cheese and whip it until it's smooth. Make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature. Once it's smoothened out, we are going to add the Oreo fillings, the sugar, vanilla essence, squeeze in the lemon, add in the gelatin that we have dissolved, and now let's mix it all up. Next, in a separate mixing bowl, add in your whipping cream and whisk it up until there's no more clumps. Once done, we are going to combine the whipping cream to our earlier mixture and we are going to whisk it up one final time. Lastly, we are going to add our crushed Oreos and we are going to mix it using a spoon. So we'll fold it in and out, fold it in and out. It's time to take out the base we've prepared earlier from the fridge to add in our filling. Now I'm going to give it a little shake so that it evens out. Part 3. Decor. You will need about 1/3 of a pack of crushed Oreos with the fillings removed. What I've done here is I've put all these crushed Oreos in a bag and I've cut the edge of the bag so that it'll be easier for me to do my designs. Since my mother's name starts with the letter M, I am going to do a design in the shape of M. For the additional cheesecake, I am just going to scatter the crushed Oreos at the top. Now, put this in the freezer for at least 4 hours or overnight, and then it's ready to serve. At the start of the video, I shared that it's important to keep our hands clean before, during, and after cooking. Let's recap on how to wash our hands. Firstly, we are going to wet our hands and add some soap on our palm. Next, we're going to rub our hands against each other, go through that fingers, and yes, and the back of our hands, and the other hand. And now we are going to go in between our fingers, and we're going to scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. And next, both thumbs, and next, our palm. Yes, get every inch of dirt out. And lastly, our wrist. And I think we're good to go. So I will turn on the tap and rinse it clean. It's good if we can wash our hands for at least 20 seconds to kill all the germs and bacteria on our hands. So remember, the secret ingredient to every good food is love. Have fun in the kitchen!